Well, today is Tuesday, May the 5th, and welcome to Wise Words from Waldo. Preachers often use a story or illustration in their sermons to help get a spiritual principle across, much like Jesus did with parables. They help in worship, and especially in writing devotions. I also love music. Singing a song that expresses my heart to God in worship is such a joy. So when I can take a song that I love and learn the story behind it, it really means a lot to me. Psalm chapter 8 begins, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the earth. You who set your glory above the heavens. In verse 3 it says, when I consider the heavens and the works of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you ordained, what is man that you think about him? One of the greatest hymns ever written is How Great Thou Art. It speaks about the majesty of God like no other hymn, the evidence of an immense creation, and the beauty and the wonder of it all. It's just like the psalmist David said in Psalm 8. He was overwhelmed by creation, the stars, the universe, the mountains, the forest, the brook, and the breeze. But even more overwhelmed, that the God who created it all thought about him. How great Thou art. What you probably don't know about the song is the spiritual principle that I want you to get today. The song was written in Sweden in 1886 by Mr. Boberg, who was a member of the Swedish Parliament. In 1907, Manfred von Glenn translated it into German. 5 years after that, a Russian pastor, Reverend Ivan Prokhanov, translated it into Russian. And it would be many years later that Stuart Hine, an Englishman, would translate it into English. He would also add a verse, and it'd be introduced in 1954. But here's my point. It took a team to bring this hymn. David, who wrote in Psalm 8, Boberg from Sweden, von Glenn from Germany, Prokhanov from Russia, and Hine from England. 4 people, 4 different parts of the world, who all translated what David the psalmist said 3,000 years ago. Wouldn't you like to be part of that team? Well, then focus on what an awesome God He is, and praise Him for it. And then tell someone today what He means to you. Now stop and think about that.